my dears, it's Sarah from She Holds Dearly, and I want to talk today about a topic that's growing in interest for me. It's something I've become more aware of in the last few years and something I'm just moving towards. It's this topic of elegance. I'm talking about things like wearing gloves with your wool coat in the winter, handwritten thank you notes, even just how we're speaking to each other. I mean, texting can get really sloppy, and I catch myself doing it too. I'll stop myself when I'm communicating and try to complete the sentence when I'm texting, or use a more elevated vocabulary word, just things like that. I'm just wanting to swing the pendulum back a little bit on this. So you're gonna hear me talk about this topic from time to time. And today we'll talk about 10 ways to elevate your home decor. So how to make your home a little bit more elegant, but just being intentional. And the good news is a lot of this stuff are just simple things that you can tweak. It's not something that is going to just shock your whole family. It's just little moves in a different direction. The first thing I recommend for bringing more elegance into your space is to rethink your lighting. Lighting is so important. You can do such a good job with decorating, but until you bring in the lighting, you haven't really tapped into how magical the room could look. So I recommend trying to get a lamp, and this is a normal living room, bedroom type setup. Trying to put a lamp in each corner of the room. And you want to think table lamps, sconces, floor lamps, not the can lighting. It creates really harsh shadows. It's not comforting. You can't really control it, by making cozy little corners. So use lamps whenever possible. Try to get a warm, cozy spot in each corner of the room. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, purchase a carafe with a little matching glass, maybe with etched glass. That looks so good on a nightstand. I recently purchased this for my husband because he always has water at night, and we went from the mason jar to this, and he loves it. He says it just looks more high-end and it just makes life feel like that much more elegant. The third idea is to start incorporating silk sheets into your bedding. Now, they are an investment, and so that's okay. Start with pillowcases and then work to a fitted sheet and then a flat sheet. But I've tried linen sheets and cotton sheets and silk. But what I've found, and I started with a silk pillowcase, it's helping my wrinkles because you're not smashing your face as hard. Your face is sliding on that pillowcase better. And I am only having to do my hair, start to finish once a week. It's saving me close to 5 hours a week on just my hair routine because my hair is not getting dried out and it's just gliding on the silk pillowcases. So once I discovered that and just how much better my skin was getting, once I discovered that, I was sold. And I moved on to getting more silk sheets worked into my collection. So that brings us actually to today's sponsor for our video. lilysilk is a company that I have loved for a couple years now. You will find when you start moving towards more natural fibers in your clothing or silk for your bedding, that all silk is not created equal. Even within the silk industry, there's all different standards. lilysilk is one company that I really trust to provide just excellent, there's a heaviness to lilysilk fabric. It doesn't wrinkle easily. It's something in the past that has detoured me from investing in silk, is that I feel like it wrinkles really badly, but that's because I was buying the cheaper silk. lilysilk has a variety of different styles of silk sheets and different colors that you can check out. Silk is naturally antibacterial and anti-allergen. So if you struggle with dust mites or just, especially this time of year, with pollen and seasonal allergies, anything you can do to help calm your body and your immune system is a good idea. I also added the silk fitted sheet, which has been carefully designed with the elastic to hold it in place so that even though the silk is a really smooth sheet to sleep on and maybe you change positions a lot, it's designed to stay in place. Along with their bedding, I highly recommend lilysilk clothing. They are pieces that will last and look brand new for many, many years. And since we're on the topic of beautiful clothing and elegance, let me share a few of my secrets. My favorite style of dress is a shirt dress. This is what a shirt dress is, and it can have, you know, short sleeves or long sleeves, but it looks like a button-down shirt, but it's long like a dress. You have the collar, which you can pop if you want to feel a little more sassy. You can pop the collar, and a lot of them come belted. If they don't come belted, I usually will add a leather belt. This one is made with a weight of silk that is super, super soft. It has pockets, which you saw, and it doesn't wrinkle easily. I just love, especially the tie. It's super heavy and just holds the shape perfectly well. It comes in blue stripe. I'm wearing the green. I'm gonna show you 3 ways to tie a sash that I like. So of course the bow. So you can put it in the middle, center it, or you could do off center. And then the second way that I will wear a sash is I'll just tie a loose knot. You don't want to get it too tight. I kind of like when I walk how it like flaps in the wind when I do that. So that's another look, a little less, I don't know, a little bit more modern, like not as like sweet girly. And then the third option, and this is how I wear my trench. So I make one tail a lot shorter, and then I just work with the long tail, and I'm just gonna make a loop and take my short tail, wrap it around, and pull it through. Okay, so I only have one loop like that. I feel like that looks really good too. So there's 3 options with your ties. Let's go back to our bow. And then I'm gonna show you 2 ways to style this dress. I mean, it's darling as is, but we can add a couple more things. Okay, the first look is a lot more casual. You've got to have your French bag, your French shopping bag. I got this from the Maple House Collective. It's a must-have. I have some statement earrings. I feel like that's a very Parisian thing to do. I have, I think, like 4 different statement earrings on hand. So it's especially cute if your hair is up. I just recommend some simple slides. This is my favorite color, this cognac. And then of course it matches my leather on my French bag. And then just add some sunglasses and you're good to go. Now, if you want to go out to dinner or dress this up a little bit, it's really easy to switch out. I'm switching my jewelry to something a little more dainty. These were actually my mother's. I love to wear her jewelry to help me feel like she's still with me. I lost her about 18 months ago. And so I have her little, her jewelry, and then I wear her perfume still, just to remember her. And then I have a matching jade bracelet. And then for shoes, I suggest just a classic nude color pump. These are perfect actually with any dress. Whenever I don't know what to wear, but I need to have it feel a little bit dressy, I will always pull these out because they just go with everything and they help elongate your leg. Some people say it should match your actual skin tone, which mine does not, but close enough. So my next piece that I want to share with you is this lovely blouse. It's in a pistachio color and it has 2 different types of silk. This is a crepe on the sleeves, and then this is a chiffon for the bodice. But what I was most intrigued with was the sleeves. So sometimes I don't actually want a sleeveless top, and they call these lantern sleeves. So different sections that are layered. Just, I love how it acts, you know, in the air. I really loved the neckline. I love that it just has this simple, modest, you know, little bit of a V here. And then it's wrapped really beautifully around the neck. So it has covered buttons. I thought it was a really unique piece, and actually it's so unique I wouldn't do much else with it. I wouldn't try to compete with it. I would just let the shirt be the beautiful part of the outfit. I paired it with some cream trousers that are extra long so I can wear my nude colored heels with them. I'm going to give you 2 tips to make this more elegant. I actually wouldn't dress it down. I think that when you have a neckline like this, that especially it's so unique that you want to show it off, I think you should do an updo. Okay, so I added an updo. I felt like that was fitting for a collar like this, and just sweet to see the back. And one more tip I want to give with an outfit like this. I highly recommend owning a trench coat, at least one. But here's the trick, and this goes with blazers too. It takes your outfit up another notch if you don't always have your arms in the sleeves, but you wear it more like a cape. So it just sits on your shoulders like this. And then, okay, have your cell phone or whatever. Okay, saved my favorite for the last. They're all wonderful, but I love this because I feel like it gives a beautiful option for the standard t-shirt. Anytime you can get something that's a V-neck, this has a little button down detail and then the little collar. This is what you could wear instead of a V-neck t-shirt. So I love a good piece like this for the summertime. I think this would look so cute on the 4th of July. It's such a classic piece. And then anytime you find something that's knit, can you see this detailing here? See that little like knit sort of pretty crochet detailing going on? And I didn't know before I started getting interested in natural fiber pieces of clothing that you can get silk that's been knit. So there's just a lot of options beyond what you would think of that just feels like a satin. So to make this an outfit, I am wearing my favorite white skinny jeans. And if you hate buying jeans as much as I do, I recommend Spanx. Buy the Spanx jeans. And then for shoes, I have two good options I recommend. The white tennis shoes. The Sperry brand is my favorite. Very classic, very nautical looking. So if you need white tennis shoes, I recommend these to pair with this top. The other pair of shoes that I will be wearing with this top, my navy Danskos. You can buy Danskos, this is a little tip for you. You can buy Danskos on eBay because they're built like tanks. They'll last forever. Buy a style that you like and then buy a leather paint. I'll link it for you, my leather paint that I love, just on Amazon, and you change the color. Okay, if you are interested in the lilysilk collection for Mother's Day in particular, there is a sale going on. Use my code SHD for She Holds Dearly, SHD20 to receive 20% off everything on their site. And then if you spend over $480, you can get 25% off, which is a significant savings. So SHD25 is what you want to use in that case. All right, let's get back to our decorating. Number 4 would be to incorporate fresh flowers whenever possible, and you can design your yard. Actually, I try to do this, but it's not perfect. Actually design your yard so that you have flowers blooming year-round. So this time of year, it's lilacs. And so I am just using a thrifted container and I'm placing them in a mason jar within the container. But if you don't have flowers in your yard, you can just get inexpensive flowers at the grocery store. You can get them from Costco and mix them in with greenery from your own yard. I like to do that as well. Boy, when I get a chance to have fresh flowers, it just feels so much more luxurious and enjoyable. It feels like how it feels when you have candles lit. It just takes that moment to the next level. Speaking of candles, number 5 would be to have candles. Now, we all kind of have candles around probably, but at Christmas this year, I put them in each window. I had battery operated candles. I'll link my favorite ones here. But they have a remote, and my husband mentioned the other day, he goes, you know, those actually feel, if you're not paying attention, it feels like those are real candles because of the way they flicker. And he goes, I like those candles. So I left them in my hallway. I'm gonna just leave them year round because they are so sweet in the evening after, it's all dark outside and everyone's kind of going to bed at different times. I just flip the switch on those candles and have those going for the last one in the house to see that we were waiting for them and we're glad they're home, and it's just a cozy, comforting scene for people as they're going to bed. Number 6 would be to think through your beauty products and then your kitchen products, so your baking supplies, and I mean everything. Q-tips, cotton balls. I even have our toilet tabs that we put in the back of the toilet. I even have those. All of your makeup brushes, all of your washcloths, all of your soap. Anything you can think of that could go into a container. I mean, I have my muffin liners. I have cereal in pretty jars in the kitchen. Train your mind to move away from our modern day packaging, anything plastic, anything brightly colored, and move it into containers you have. That just makes for such a cozy, moved and lived in, elegant, intentional space. That was a lot of adjectives there. I cannot emphasize that enough, and I've said it for years. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Take your products and put them in beautiful containers. Number 7, this is a bigger one. If you are in bathroom remodel mode, I highly recommend using a dresser for your sink. And if you're not able to make these because of tools or skill level or something, J Tribble is a company I recommend for actually just purchasing all different styles. I'm so impressed with their quality and just variety. Also, I mean, other companies have caught on with this trend. I don't want to say it's a trend because I just love it so much, but you can find them on Wayfair, you can find them at Home Depot. So look around, try to take your sink vanity to the next level. I love ours in both of our bathrooms, and I anticipate that they will just be a classic, and I won't want to actually ever go back to just builder grade vanity. Number 8, hang chandeliers in unique spaces. It's common to just hang it in the middle of the room, but there's such an incredible piece of jewelry in the house, and I want you to rethink how you're hanging chandeliers. They also look really good in the room, of course, over your dining room table and things, but think about hanging them lower over a desk in a corner. It's an easy thing to put a junction box in for a chandelier. That's something that electricians do every day, I would say. Think about hanging one over a desk, think about hanging one over a soaker tub, think about hanging one over a bed, and just bring an element of surprise to the space. You have to hang it anyway, so think how you could hang it a little bit differently, just tweak it by moving it to another space. Number 9 would be to incorporate at least one mural. Now, I recently added a mural to my upstairs bathroom. It would look really good in a powder room. Any place where it's not gonna get wet would be good, but I love murals going up hallways. I love them in offices. I love them in dining rooms. Of course, that whole like English countryside is my favorite look. That will really amp up the elegance level in a space because it feels like a huge piece of art. So I highly recommend adding a mural somewhere in your space. And last of all would be antiques, which you know I love my antiques. They just bring in such a timeless elegance and feel like the place is so custom and welcoming. And my daughter came home from a trip recently, and she came in and she was, there's just nothing like home. There's nothing like home. And she says, all my favorite things are here. I can just take as long as I want in the shower. I can sleep as long as I want. I can just fully relax. And I think a lot of people don't understand what that is these days, what it is to have a home. And so those of us that love this and understand how to break it down and then rebuild it, it's a real gift to people who live in our spaces, and it's a gift to ourselves to be able to have, I call it a sanctuary, where you can just come home and be sad or be tired or be happy or be nostalgic or whatever it is that you need to be. You don't have all this pressure to keep up the image and please everyone all the time. You need space to decompress, and that's what we are creating with all that we're doing here on She Holds Dearly. Antiques add to that home feel. There's pieces that we see in antique stores that we grew up with, and instantly we're taken back to our childhood because it's my mother's casserole dish or something. And so constantly just be on the lookout when you're thrifting and antiquing for those pieces that are special, pieces that you need, but pieces that are unique and pieces that would spark a conversation if you had a guest over. I know we're about to head into Mother's Day, so I wanted to give you my most popular gift idea, which is my French tutors. I designed these years ago. I just have building plans for them. But if you're interested in a set of these, so many people have made them in the past and just love them. They work for a trellis in the garden, but they also just work for a year-round, just added gorgeous decoration to have out in your yard. So I will put the link below. You can sign up to get my building plans for the French tutors. Or if you would like this as a gift on Mother's Day, you can then use that to pass on your request. All right, I hope you got some really good ideas today. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, if you are wanting to get some lilysilk items, I think they're beautiful pieces for Mother's Day, use my code SHD for She Holds Dearly, SHD20 to get 20% off your order. Or if you spend over $480, you can get 25% off with SHD25. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.